Okay, once you have exported your Make 2D, right, to an AI file, and you open up, I'm going to use a template that Paul gave us, and I can put this up on Canvas, and it just has some examples of how he's gone in and done these, and I'm just going to delete these top ones, right, and then I'll go back and lock these guys back down, and then I'm just going to file and open that export and copy and paste that in. So let's zoom out. It's out here somewhere. There it is. And I'll Control C and come back over here and Control V, give it a second, and then do our little anchor move, right? Whoops. Let's go ahead and move it somewhere about right there, and then you can adjust it, zoom in on it, and then you go in and start adjusting your line weights. I think I made a mistake, if I remember correctly, like this little guy and that little guy. Yeah, I think this is just an extra little tiny piece that needs to be dragged down to this guy, and then this guy can be deleted. Just cleaning up my own layers. Turn that guy back on, and that's the overall outline. I'm gonna hold down my Alt key and drag this guy kind of down here and make a copy of it. We'll call it curves, and we'll just call this fill. Okay, and so now what I want to do, the one main thing is the live paint, right? Like if you want to make this black, like the rest of the ones that we've been working on, then I've made that copy. You can, I'll turn this off for clarity just so you can see what we've got. You can select these, right? And then if you go to Object, Live Paint, Make, it'll make them live paint. I can also come in here and, change that to black, change the stroke as well to whatever you want. And then once you have created a live paint object, you can come over here to the live paint and set fill, and come in here and it will paint. It'll paint that black, right? And so and it should be on that layer, right? So you've got all that on that layer, and then you can come in and pick these guys. Let's turn them on, turn them on, turn them on, turn them all on. Turn that guy off. Let's go ahead and stop that command. Turn that guy off, and you could pick all of these guys and obviously set the stroke to whatever you want. So if we wanted them to be white, right, then you can come in and do that, and then if you turn this guy back on, right, you're going to start to get those, and then it's the same process. You'll need to go in and change your dashed lines. You'll need to clean up some of the lines and sort of work your way through. You may have to go back to Rhino and work on creating, oh, that's kind of funny. Let's turn that guy off. And work on getting it, sort of honed in. You may recontour it, but let's go ahead and you can sort of play around, with what you're showing and what you're not showing. And this guy kind of driving me a little. That guy's okay, but this layer is a little funky, right? Like this one, I would prefer to be on this guy, I think, right? Maybe, because that's the hidden curves. So you can kind of play around with the way these guys are working. Maybe this guy gets pulled down to that, right? And then if you pick all those and go to the stroke because they're a different stroke. Maybe they're a 0.5, right? And go ahead and click these guys. And then the dash is maybe a 2 and 2 or something like that, right? Like we said that before. So you're starting to get a little bit more uniform. You're getting the divisions between the those guys. But yeah, you can just work on it. And then I don't think you need direction on how to get these little guys in, right? You would just, you would just export, the outline and place it in here with it. And then the part to InDesign is the same process, right? You just export it out as a JPEG and place it in InDesign, or in the InDesign template. All right.